I'm honored to continue my conversation with the crew of the North Carolina submarine. I'm here with Nick Jeli from the submarine. You're electrician's mate, correct?
Yes, sir.
So you keep the power on, basically. Is that a good summation of what you do?
That is a good summation of what I do. So we basically own all of everything between our turbine generators to the distribution plant. So we have switchboards, we have power panels, and that ensures power is sent to everything on the boat. That everything has power continuously and we don't lose it, even if there's a casualty back aft.
So being under the ocean, that's probably important to make sure you don't lose power.
Definitely.
So what is it that brought you to submarine duty? This is your only duty so far.
It is. Well, I first volunteered for submarines way back in boot camp. So they gave us the option about my second or third week in boot camp to volunteer for submarines. And honestly, I've never seen a submarine. I'd never been on a warship before I joined the Navy. So I said, why not? And here I am.
Now you get to be on one of the toughest ships in the Navy, out in the Pacific, doing a lot of great work. What do you hope to achieve in your career with the Navy, with the North Carolina and other ships you might be on?
Well, with the North Carolina, I'd like to take her back out to sea in another year and a half or so. I'd like to go on that first deployment back out to sea after the major overhaul. And if I can, put on another rank and move on to shore and hopefully make chief while I'm at shore.
How is it coming to North Carolina now on your trip here this week? What is it like seeing the state that it's named after and the connections that are even on board? Because I know there's memorabilia from North Carolina, the state, on board the ship as well.
Oh, the state's been phenomenal. We had just had lunch with the governor, or at the governor's mansion, and we had a bunch of former Navy people out to support us. It was just tremendous support from the community.
Did you have a military family before you?
My grandpa served in World War II, but other than that, I have no other military in my family.
So speaking of World War II, you're going to be able to go and visit the North Carolina battleship, which is a World War II ship, one of the most highly decorated Pacific ships as well. What is that experience you expecting to be like, to be able to climb on board that ancient ship with ancient technology, but yet all that history, all of that honor, really?
Well, we're actually stationed right across from the USS Missouri, so it's going to be a very similar visit where it's another battleship, but it is going to be humbling to get to see the namesake to our boat, the USS North Carolina, the previous Carolina. And so it'll be pretty great to go out and see. What
is it that connection is still alive? How do you make sure that connection stays alive with North Carolina, this namesake state with the ship? How do you honor that on a daily basis, or is it just part of the day?
It's just part of the day, but then again, we get these opportunities to come out and visit the state. This is how we keep building our relationship with the home state. So we have tremendous people helping us run these visits and putting on a great time for us and letting us go out and meet all the tremendous people who have been supporting us.
And you're from Oregon originally.
I am.
Another great basketball state, the Oregon Ducks, and you got a little bit of North Carolina here and Duke here, and NC State here locally.
I went to Oregon State.
You went to Oregon State, so even better. You can say another good school, though. But what is it like seeing that, you know Carolina, Duke, and State, they're usually also in that competition at the end in the tournament. What is it like to have that little bit of rivalry? Do you guys pick sides, pick teams when you're on board to go, or just keep your home Oregon State team?
Oregon State's always been my team, but when it comes to the boat, we are the Tar Heel boat, so UNC usually is the team to support. Excellent. But then again, we got to go to Cameron Indoor yesterday, and we shot free throws on their court yesterday, so it was pretty good experience.
And that's kind of like being on a submarine. That's a small, very small basketball arena compared to everything else.
Definitely.
But it also has great power. And again, we appreciate you keeping the power on and keeping the submarine moving forward. Thank you so much for being here in North Carolina, and welcome.
Thanks for having me.